Dear students, today we are going to talk about vibration magnetometer. It is a device which helps us to find the magnetic dipole moment of any magnetic dipole, or either we find the value of external magnetic field. How this is done, we shall be talking about it right now. So what is a vibration magnetometer? It is a device which helps us find the magnetic dipole moment of a magnet or find the value of external magnetic field. The construction of vibration magnetometer is as shown in the figure. You see we have a suspension wire which is holding a hanger, and that hanger is holding a bar magnet, that is a magnetic dipole, and we can find the magnetic dipole moment of the bar magnet, or we can find the magnetic field which is causing the magnet to vibrate and oscillate with a given certain time period of oscillation. So this arrow shows the direction of uniform magnetic field applied across the magnet, which is free to oscillate about the wire of suspension. Now we have a glass case so that no air will disturb the oscillation and affect the time period of oscillation. Here we have already just seen immediately that torque acting on a dipole which is placed in uniform magnetic field is given by torque deflecting torque. We call it deflecting because that will cause the magnet to get displaced from its original position. So that is called deflecting torque, is equal to m cross b, and that when expanded becomes magnitude of m, that is magnetic dipole moment of the magnet, b magnitude of b, that is the magnitude of external magnetizing field, magnetic field, and theta is the angle between magnetic dipole moment and magnetic field at that particular time. Now, as the magnet is hanged through a suspension wire, and when the torque acts on the magnet is forced to rotate about the axis about the wire, and that means the wire will have certain twist in it, and due to elasticity of the wire will tend to restore, and therefore a restoring torque acts on the magnet, which is equal to I alpha. We have learned about it in class 11. Now in equilibrium, the restoring torque and the deflecting torque must be equal. Here you have I is the moment of inertia of the magnet, bar magnet, and alpha is the angular acceleration of the oscillation of the bar magnet, of the angular motion of the bar magnet. And theta double dot means nothing but angular acceleration. Double differentiation of angular displacement is angular acceleration, and therefore instead of alpha we may write theta double dot. So in equilibrium, mb sin theta, the deflecting torque, is equal to minus I theta double dot, that is restoring torque. The minus sign indicates that while one torque is causing a rotation in clockwise direction, say for example, the other torque will be in opposite sense, means in anti-clockwise direction, and therefore a negative sign is posted in the equation. If we take theta small, means for a small angular displacement, we have m magnitude of m magnitude of b and theta nearly equal to magnitude of m magnitude of b sine theta. So for sine theta we write theta, and that is equal to minus I theta double dot, and as a consequence we see that the angular acceleration theta double dot is directly proportional to angular displacement with a negative sign. Here you see this proportionality sign has been introduced because of the fact that the value m by b upon I is a constant, and so we get a proportional relation between angular acceleration and angular displacement with a negative sign over it. And this relation is the famous condition for simple harmonic motion, and therefore now we can say that the bar magnet oscillating in the influence under the influence of external magnetic field will have a motion which is simple harmonic. And once this is ascertained, this is confirmed, we can understand that this constant must be equal to omega square, because if you remember the relation we have derived in class 11, the simple harmonic motion acceleration was found to be equal to minus omega square y, and therefore this constant factor omega square, this constant factor mb by I must be equal to omega square, and omega is nothing but 2 pi by t. Therefore if we take the root on both sides we get 2 pi by t, that is omega equal to mb upon I. What is t? It is the time period of oscillation, means time required to complete one oscillation by the vibrating magnet. So the time period can be now written, if you cross multiply, take t on right hand side and take this term on the left hand side, you will see 2 pi, and I goes in the numerator divided by mb, 2 pi I by mb under root, and that is equal to the time period. So there are three variables over here: time period of oscillation, magnetic dipole moment, and magnetic field, external magnetic field. Out of three, time period of oscillation can be determined by using this device. So there are now two unknowns: magnetic dipole moment and external magnetic field. Now if you know either of these, the other one will be calculated, can be calculated, because I is the moment of inertia, and it is given it is known to us for a given shape. We have given value of moment of inertia of the body. So whatever it will be the shape of magnet, accordingly we can post the value of moment of inertia. And so therefore this magnetic vibration magnetometer can be helpful in finding either the external magnetizing field, external magnetic field, or finding the magnetic dipole moment of a magnet. Either way, it is also helpful to find the magnetic field produced by a solenoid. Now in case of solenoid, we have already derived the expression for magnetic field produced due to a solenoid at its axis and about the axis is equal to mu 0 ni. So that way, if we already know the value of b, we can determine the value of time period of oscillation. We can determine the value of I for a given magnet. So we can find the magnetic dipole moment of the magnet given. So that way it can help. Or so it means this device is very helpful. Well, another method we can adopt is either using the expression for restoring torque as minus I alpha. We can also take it as k theta, where theta is the angle of rotation for equilibrium and k is the torsion constant for the suspension wire used to suspend the hanger. So in equilibrium, k theta must be equal to the deflecting torque, that is mb sin theta, and so we can find the value of magnetic dipole moment if we know the value of magnetic field, or either way we can think of it in this way also, but this method is not a preferred method. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.